Hey guys, this is a collector here again. We are going to talk about the follow-up to Lorwyn. We're going to talk about Morningtide. We're going to go over some of the cards, some of the mechanics, and what you can do to go about completing a full set of Morningtide for yourself. Morningtide is the second half of the Lorwyn mini-block. While the first set established the races, Morningtide shifts the focus to classes. In the lore, this represents the morning of the world where individuals within the tribes begin to take up specific roles. As the inhabitants of Lorwyn specialize, the world becomes more dangerous. The peaceful tribal life of the first set is replaced by a landscape of shifting alliances and skirmishes. You see this reflected in the art. The creatures are more battle-ready and equipped for war. This set represents the final moments of the world's innocence before the coming transformation. The Morningtide isn't just a time of day, it's a thematic warning. The plane is reaching a boiling point of magical energy. The dream that Queen Una has been maintaining is starting to fray at the edges, and the inhabitants are subconsciously preparing for a massive shift they don't yet understand. Morningtide is the second set in the Lorwyn mini-block. Its release date was February 1st, 2008, and it was printed in 9 languages. The set size is 150 cards, including 60 commons, 40 uncommons, 50 rares, 3 tokens, and 2 promo cards. The set had 2 reprints, Boldwar Intimidator and Elvish Warrior. The set mechanics include Kinship, Prowl, and Reinforce. The set symbol for Morningtide represents a rising sun. The tribal theme continued in this set, but now focused on class rather than race. The 5 classes are Rogues, Shamans, Soldiers, Warriors, and Wizards. Alright, this is what you guys came to see, the Morningtide complete set. This is in my 3-ring binder for Morningtide. I custom made the cover. We saw, if you see my Lorwyn video, you saw the front and the spine here all goes together. So we're gonna get into the full set of Morningtide. We went through Lorwyn already, so if you missed that video, you can go back and check that video out. So first, we're gonna go through the player's guide for Morningtide. If you don't know, these came in the fat packs, or the bundles is what they're called now, and it was just kind of a little guide to the set, and then it had a what they call the card encyclopedia, which lists every card in here. But we're going to go through this here real quick. This is a small set. So Lorwyn was the big set of the block. Normally, before this, sets were blocks of 3, so the sets were all together in a group of 3. They decided to do basically 4 sets in this block, but they split them up into 2, which was a big set, which was Lorwyn, a small set, which was Morningtide, and then we went with the big set with Shadowmoor and a small set with Eventide. But they all kind of go all together. They all take place on the plane of Lorwyn and Shadowmoor. So this is the player's guide for Morningtide. Like I said, it's a small set, so it's kind of a smaller, thinner guide. But it goes through all the mechanics of this set and what you can expect on the set. So we've got this set, like Lorwyn focused on the races of the plane. This focuses on the classes of the plane. And then you've got some of the new mechanics. We've got Prowl mechanic. Then we've got a little bit of the story here. This continues the story from Lorwyn into Morningtide. And then we've got the 10 coolest Morningtide cards. And I kind of like looking at these to see, what they thought were the coolest at the time and where they are now. So let's go through these real quick. We have Chameleon Colossus. That was a great card. It still is a great card. The Shapeshifter protection from black is pretty good. It was all around standard at the time. We got Mind Shatter, Supreme Exemplar, Kinsbell Cavalier, Spite Bellows. This had the evoke mechanic that carried over from Lorwyn. Obsidian Battle Axe. This set had some equipment that revolved around the class types. Obsidian Battle Axe was one of them. So we have Leaf Crowned Elder, more Tree Folk. Tree Folk, one of my favorite tribes besides Eldrazi. We have Earwig Squad, which was had the Prowl mechanic. None of these cards really, besides Chameleon Colossus, really has an impact now. Then we have Mutavault. Mutavault is probably one of the most notable cards from this set. It was a kind of a play on the Mishra's Factory card. It had the changeling ability, so it became every creature type. And then we have Countryside Crusher, which was it was part of a combo deck where you just made your deck like all mountains and all Countryside Crusher. I don't know. I don't remember the combo, but it was. I remember seeing it around Standard. People were building decks just based on this card by itself. Then we have the card encyclopedia. So we'll get over here. So as I've said in my previous, set videos, is I like to collect or display my set exactly how it is in the card encyclopedia, so I can go to straight one-to-one, no matter what page I'm on. It should follow exactly what's in the binder. So the first page is going to have 6 cards because they have 6 cards on here. I normally reserve this spot here for the advertisement card, the ad card for this set. Then this is going to be our pre-release promo. This is Door of Destinies. The set only had one pre-release promo. It was before they started doing promo cards for every rare in the set. Then we have Earwig Squad, which was the release day promo. So if you played on release weekend at your local game store, you would get this promo. And then we'll get into the cards, the set itself. So we got the white cards. I'm going to point out some of the cards that currently see play in Commander, and cards that were, they were cards that were good at their time in Standard. So Idyllic Tutor, search your library for a land. The tutors are always good. Revel Arc was a card at the time that kind of had a lot of synergy with some of the cards in Standard. Stone Hero Giant is a card that's pretty great. You pay 2, let you search your library for equipment and put it into play, and then attach it to a creature control. So, super good card. We've got the blue cards moving into the fairies and the merfolk. Got a reprint of Negate here. Vendilion Click. This card is a card that still sees play in different formats. We've got Bitter Blossom, which was the really the card to have for the Fairies deck. This is what made the Fairies deck tick, is Bitter Blossom. It's been reprinted quite a few times. We do have a card in the upcoming Lorwyn Eclipsed set that is Bitter Blossom, but it's attached. That ability is attached to a creature. So so it's pretty good, pretty iconic. We've got some more changelings here. We've got Marilyn of the Mornsong. This is the original card for Marilyn, and we've seen her now in the new Lorwyn Eclipsed set. So she's a main part of the Lorwyn Eclipsed story. Some more black cards, and we move on to the red cards. The Boldwar Intimidator, we've seen versions of that ability where you changed from Coward to Warrior. We've got some more red here. Spite Bellows. 6 damage for 3 with the evoke cost to a creature is pretty good. I know there was decks that were playing Stomping Slabs. Turian Mauler was good at the time. And we've got our green cards, which are going to be your Tree Folk and your Elves. We see Chameleon Colossus here again. We see Heritage Druid here. That card, is and was pretty good. It pretty much goes in any elf deck. Then we've got the Reese the Exiled, which Reese is also part of the Lorwyn Eclipse story. He had a pretty big part in the Lorwyn story. Scape Shift, that's a card, I believe that was reprinted from the Dark. But yeah, it sees a lot of play, a lot of combo with landfall and stuff like that. And then we move on to the, like I said, we have the equipments here. This is a rogue equipment, wizard equipment, warrior, shaman, soldier. I know the Thornbite staff sees a lot of play in decks. It's pretty good. And then we have our lands, Murmuring Bosk, that goes in your Doran deck, and Mutavault. So Mutavault, we talked about that already in the player's guide. So Mutavault becomes a 2/2 creature that's all creature types for 1 mana. And then our tokens and our rules tip cards. And it looks like I'm missing a rules tip card for this set as well. But I'll have to look through all my stuff and see if I can find it. So yeah, that's the Morningtide set. It's the second set in the block of Lorwyn and Shadowmoor. That's the second out of the 4 sets. This is the last set that takes place on Lorwyn as daytime. Then we go over to Shadowmoor when it changes to night. There is or will be a video of a full set of Shadowmoor and Eventide, so hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And this is the back cover of the Lorwyn binder, so Morningtide on the back, Lorwyn on the front. Of course, we have Dora, my favorite card, one of my favorite characters in Magic, on the front. So that's it. Don't forget to like, shower, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.